You're new here, right guys? You want to build a gaming PC? Well, I'm not the best at building a PC, but I'll try. This is the Gigabyte B550. Yeah, B550M DS3H ACR2, AC meaning Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. This will come in handy later. Hard drives for my media storage. 2 SSDs, that's for Linux, Windows, DDR4 RAM, Ryzen 7 5700X, an AMD RX 9060 XT 16GB variant, a Be Quiet power supply, 750 watts. We are going to use an air cooler for our build. Don't forget to get some thermal paste. And the case we are working with is the Lian Li Landcool 207. I have taken the liberty of removing the bottom fans just down there because my hard drives will go there and I don't want the SATA cables bumping into the fan. Lift like that. Be careful with it because there are fragile pins on the bottom. Now we want to look for the arrow on the CPU, which is down there. You see that golden arrow there? We're going to rotate it like this. I'm going to match it up to the motherboard's arrow right there. Drop it in. Don't force it, just drop it in and boom. This is my Windows 11 drive. This is going to be allocated the second M2 slot. Like this. These are both 1TB. This is a Crucial P3. It runs at PCIe 3.0 speeds. And this is my main Linux drive. Now with Gigabyte motherboards, it's a toolless installation, so you kind of just do this, and then just do that. Boom. What next, you might ask? Well, we need the RAM. So we're gonna basically, how it works is DDR4 can handle up to 4 sticks, but it's usually recommended you want to run dual channel mode. So we're gonna take the slots furthest away from the CPU and alternate them. So grays with grays. This is one 16 gig stick for a long time ago, back in 2025, I think, 2024 or 2025. Yeah, so it has notches in the middle, right there, and that will line up right here and here. You just line it up like so, gear it up. Congrats, you can store the RAM and the CPU and your 2 storage modules. Now I've already got my operating systems on here because technically I've just unbuilt my PC just to make this video, so you know, that's always fun. Now if you have a modular power supply, I recommend we work on this first. With that screwdriver, we're gonna actually undo these 2 screws down here, so this will be very handy. So before we remove that panel, we want to actually remove this, which is just magnetized in like this. We're gonna move this out of the way. So what's here? Well, a cavity to install the power supply in this direction and an extension cable. That is why it's different. So the best way to do this is go to the back of the case, remove the back panel.
Hold it. What are you doing? Yes, you. What are you doing? Why aren't you subscribed yet? Click the subscribe button down below. Drop a like as well. Okay. I'll let you go now.
So it'll be easier if you just move these out the way and, you know, deal with it later. We're gonna need some screws, okay? They either come with your power supply or the case. We are now going to look here. So the hole is up there, that means we want to line it up here, like that. We are just going to connect this up like here. Switch it to 0 for I want you off. For the screws, we'll need these types. We're gonna get this fan. We have to screw it in as well. Really guys, the more case fans you add, you're gonna probably have to think about getting a fan hub. That's perfect. Now, onto the elephants of the room, I guess. I think what we'll do is we'll work on mounting the cooler. Always use the cables that came with your power supply. Do not mix and match. While this side may be standardized across all motherboards, the pin out on the other side is not. Okay. Now, take the I/O shield. Some new high-end motherboards don't have one, they're just covered like this, but for basically every motherboard in existence, first wanna don't lift it like that, but just line it up. See how it goes? That's the correct orientation. Again, don't be an idiot. This is a tower cooler. Now, that alone isn't annoying. What is annoying is the screws are below the fan here, so we're gonna have to unclip the fan. Slowly move it out of the way. Keep those clips in business. Keep those clips in mind and just keep melting out where that is. So, okay. Now, the scary part, thermal paste. I don't know. Look guys, this is how much I do. Gentle squish. Even then, I think that might be too much. And that's why I said get this plugged in first. Right. Some cases have all their standoffs already installed. Some cases don't. Again, you'll just have to match the standoff layout to your motherboard's whole layout. Now, one thing with Liam Lee's standoffs is that one of them will be slightly raised. It's got a little ring to it. That's good because it actually helps us line things up a lot better. Make sure to line up with the I/O shield as well at the same time. Okay, once it's all lined up, make sure every standoff you can see in a screw hole. Now, we must screw in the motherboard using these screws. Now I do realize some cases will swap them. Some cases will have this plug into the power supply and these plug to the motherboard. Okay, that's the final screw. Alright. Now, we need to do some wiring. Now, thankfully, we've got some extension cables. So this one came with these 3 fans. These are SATA data cables with clips. Yeah, which is
One eternity later.
add your Wi-Fi antenna. Like this. And you're all set as well. Okay. That's the truth. BIOS has been reset. There we go. That beep means successful boot. Another beep. There we go. And we can go to Arch Linux as usual. There's Pomni. There we go. We're back.